Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Turkey Day!
And welcome back to our podcast!
From across the pond.
The podcast. Episode...
3? We're on 3?
Don't act like we've got so many you can't remember.
So many. The catalogue is growing by the day.
Is it 3?
It is 3.
Now that I've fixed it on Apple Podcasts, so it doesn't show up with our second episode being episode 2 and 3.
Yeah, or a new miscellaneous season.
Yeah, miscellaneous season. Hey, it's a learning curve.
All the seasons that we have.
I mean, I'm doing all of the editing and all of the managing, so...
Yeah.
Don't act like you would have done it better.
I'm the talent, so, you know, you gotta...
You keep saying that, and I don't really think that's fair.
You've got to keep your talent happy.
Well, what do you think Thanksgiving is all about?
Yeah, I'm excited. I smelt the... Because you had a day off yesterday, I was still working, and you did a bit of prep. And our house has been smelling unbelievable.
Basically, I'm a genius.
Stuffing, and then freshly baked pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie?
Yeah, it's like punk IPA in a pie.
No, it's not. It was really good. I made 3 mini pies. 1 for the neighbors upstairs, because they have the cutest kids ever. And then 2 for us, really.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That was kind of an accident. Not an accident, but it wasn't supposed to be 2 for us. But they are small, which is fine.
Yeah, and very tasty. Let's not pretend we waited for today to eat one of them.
Well, we had like half of one of them, so...
Very good.
Whatever.
Very good stuff.
Whatever.
Well done. I'm proud of you.
So, how was your introduction to your first, like, well, it's not really proper Thanksgiving, but...
It's been good so far.
So far, we got up at the crack of dawn, and I introduced Ben to the long-standing American tradition of waking up at the crack of Thanksgiving morning and going for a 2-hour-long walk. Every family in America does this.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. We're going to do it tomorrow.
It's not a tradition. It's not at all. I just really wanted to go for a walk with you this morning. It's not a thing.
See, on my nice booked day off work, you just got me up at 7 o'clock in the morning for no...
I tricked you.
Yeah. Why do you hate sleep?
It was amazing. It was so nice, wasn't it?
It was
Although
very
we
nice.
almost got eaten by the deer.
Oh yeah, we walked into like a absolute...
A deer den.
Yeah.
Really.
Surrounded by deer.
I went to the park at the crack of dawn yesterday as well because I enjoy getting up early and I enjoy the park more than most people. But I especially like it when it's early because there aren't as many people there.
That was a good thing because it gets rammed, the park.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I was there yesterday and I found this cool little like tree house or like fort. So I was trying to take Ben back to it this morning at the end of our walk. So we were like, oh, we'll just cut through like this little like...
What do you call it? Like little kind of shrubby area?
Shrubby area. Yeah, and we were walking on like a path that had clearly been taken before. And like all of a sudden we just like look up and we knew there was like a deer or 2 in there. But like, oh my god, all of a sudden we were like surrounded by like
they were all
big mama
They were all like
with,
lying down in this shrub and they all stood up with antlers everywhere.
Their antlers are everywhere.
One like walked across the path in front of us.
We're just
we were
like, do we keep going or do we turn around? And it's like all over like the Facebook group for the local area, people were always like, everybody's getting too close to the deer. And like, to be fair, we didn't plan to get that close, but like,
we were like in the midst of a herd.
All of a sudden, we like looked around and we're like, oh shit, like, there are deer everywhere.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. So we turned around and went back and went around it, but you did not get to see the little tree fort or whatever you call it.
We found that other like...
Yeah, but that was a different one.
Yeah, that was cool though.
Someone
would like taken little... That was quite intricate. Someone had taken little branches and they properly like weaved them together and made this like...
Not weaved.
Woven.
They woven them together. Let's make this a grammar podcast.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? It's just like an hour of us correcting each other and arguing about semicolons.
It's funny because there's like this influencer from America who has like recently started doing a lot of like grammar posts on her Instagram, and it's like, what are you doing?
Well, also that's like I can't deal with that because I mean, as I'm sure you'll probably contest, but Americans spell everything wrong anyway.
That's not what it was about. We're not having this discussion. That's not going to go anywhere positive.
Like colour, just cutting out letters in the middle of it.
Yeah, simplify.
Cut
the fat.
Adding Zs for no reason instead of Ss.
Z, you mean?
Zs.
Z. So, yes, we've had a great morning so far in our magical adventure. And then we went to the bakery, which is the best bakery in the entire world.
Have we talked about the bakery before on the pod?
On the pod?
On the pod.
The pod? I don't think so. Oh. But it's the best place in the entire area that we live in.
Yeah, shout out to the Richmond
Hill Bakery!
Yeah.
It's the best place. Honestly, it's my favorite place.
Yeah. If you're listening, guys, give us free coffee and we'll shout
out.
That.
No, we'll shout out and what?
Every episode.
To my mom. Like, when you come visit, if you ever come visit, we'll take you to the bakery.
We will improve your customer base by one customer.
One American customer.
When she happens to be over here.
It's the best bakery in the entire world, and they have the best coffee. And I'm not even a really big coffee fan, but oh my gosh, their coffee I could drink by the bucket load.
Or corker of a flat white.
A corker?
A corker of a flat white. I stand by that.
What does that mean?
Describe it. Like, very good.
A corker.
An absolute belter.
A belter.
She's a belter.
That just sounds awful.
A belter.
You keep doing that, and I don't really
get it.
Yeah, but...
It's I can't remember who it's by.
Sing it.
Well, it's by some Scottish guy.
Sing it for the podcast.
Accent. It's like, she's a belter. Different from the rest.
Oh my god, I should not have had some water. I did not spit it out, but I really easily could have. That's ridiculous.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Scottish dulcet tones.
That's you, my dear. That is you.
Yeah.
But back to the bakery. So they've got the best coffee ever, and they have these little, like, tiny brioche buns that we've got to do, like, potato buns or something. They're so, so good, and they're, like, mini. And we get the ones with eggs and...
crispy bacon, little sun-dried tomato.
They're so good.
Beautiful.
Oh, and then we walked down through, like, this cute little tiny park and saw the cutest puppy alive.
Oh, yeah.
And Ben, really, I embarrass him all the time because, like, maybe 70% of the time when we pass a dog, I have to pet it.
Much higher than 70.
No.
I'd call it a solid 95%.
No.
No. Okay.
I always say something, no matter what. I always say something.
Even
I don't always have to pet them.
Even if you don't pet it, you're still going, oh my god, it's so straight in the owner's face. And there's me next to it. The amount of time I spend making awkward small talk with dog owners while you're like on your knees getting this dog to climb on you.
That's not fair. He was not climbing on me. He was a baby golden retriever, and he was the cutest thing in the entire world.
He was very cute.
Yeah, and this owner was so nice. She was saying
he was really soft.
But she was saying how she's lived in the area for like 6 years, and like she's actually like never like met people until she got a dog, and now she knows everyone. Which like it's kind of sad, but I can see how that would be true because people here aren't friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, we covered it before. Strangers don't want to talk to each other in the UK. They do in villages.
But she's not British.
If you were like the village I grew up in, everyone says hi to each other on the street and stops and chats, but not in London.
Are we technically in London?
Just about. On the fringes.
Basically. On the fringes of society.
Yeah. Well, we'll be London / Middlesex, maybe.
I don't know. I think our postcode is technically in Middlesex.
Well,
but somebody was saying you're in Surrey. I'm like,
no,
what?
We're not.
No, we're not.
We're within walking distance of a tube station, so I'd call that London.
Okay.
I think with any like further out, then it gets a bit questionable.
What zone are we in?
Zone 4 or 5.
Yikes. I remember like a couple years ago seeing like a meme on Instagram being like, oh, I went on a Tinder date with some guy the other day, but then I found out he's in zone 5. Like, never seeing him again.
Living a
Could
high
you
life.
imagine if I wrote you off like that?
Well, yeah, when we met, I was living in zone 6
like
or something.
700
and like a half an hour walk from a train station that only had a train that came every half an hour.
I was so lucky I didn't just write you off. That would have been the end. We never would have had the podcast. You never would have gotten up this early to go to the park.
Yeah.
Oh, your life would be so sad without me.
I'd be much more well rested. I'd still be in bed right now, sleeping on my day off,
you wouldn't
enjoying
have the
myself.
Day off. You wouldn't have the day off. You wouldn't take it off for Thanksgiving. If it wasn't for
That's
me.
That's true.
Come on.
Or I don't know. I do really like food, so I might have just like
you probably
had an excuse just to eat.
You probably wouldn't have been at the bakery. No. You don't travel that far for food.
No, food travels to me.
Oh, speaking of food that travels to us, what else have we discovered in the past like week that's been a game changer? The Albert's Deli. Oh my god.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that's driven me crazy since I moved here is like the lack of amazing deli sandwiches, which sounds so ridiculous, but you can go.
This has been like in the 4 years we've known each other. This has been a constant thing.
It's so
that
ridiculous.
You have talked about that you can't get good deli sandwiches here.
No,
compared
because
to the US.
in America you can go to a deli and they'll make you anything you want. Really, you could just like ask for them to make you your favorite sandwich and they'll do it. Whereas here you can like go into a shop and like get a pre-made sandwich and they're usually horrible. But the Albert's Deli is phenomenal. It is so good. What did I get? I got an avocado chicken club sandwich delivered last Friday, and oh my god. And I also got a ham and cheese toasty, and then whatever I got for you, too.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what sandwich I wanted.
Like Cumberland sausage with like chutney. Oh, yeah, it's good.
You saw mine, and you almost cried.
No, I really enjoyed myself.
Oh my god, what is
Yours
that?
didn't look fantastic, but mine was excellent.
It was the best thing I've eaten in a very long time.
But but it's still not really like American style, is it? It's just good quality.
To be honest, no, mine was like.
But do you think?
Borderline.
But you were still ordering off a menu. You can just go and be like, I want like this meat.
I don't know. Maybe if you went
whatever.
in, they'd do whatever you want. I don't know. We'll have to go. Are we allowed to go? I don't know.
Probably after lockdown. Which is ending.
I don't know.
On Wednesday.
I have no idea.
Wednesday. Today we find out which tier we're going to be in. That's fun. So we could be like back to a bit of normality, or we could be just as locked down.
Well, I'm really excited
like roulette.
because I'm going to go and visit my BFF at the nail salon down the road because he's going to sort me out.
Yeah, I've been meaning to say something. They're a mess.
My claws. My claws.
Are they going to get trimmed?
No.
Oh, really?
They're not even long. Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone who doesn't know me listening, I have a phobia about long nails. I've had too many.
First of all, they're not even long.
Like, too many rugby incidents when nails have come off or things like that.
You're a big baby.
I just, not a fan.
So weird about but it's
I'm so weird. Like, just talking about them, I'm having to like push my nails into the table and make sure they're still on okay.
They're still on okay. They're fine.
Yeah, if you look at it, my feet are touching and I'm pushing my toenails on as well.
Have I showed you that video I have on my phone of when after I did one of those marathons?
You tried to, and I looked away, and
my big toenail is like flapping.
That's happened to my big toenail too. That's why I don't like nails. Look, especially, hear me out on this.
We keep talking about
hear me out on this. Okay, fingernails, I get. We use fingernails for things. Toenails, how have we not just evolved out of those? Like, when do you ever use a toenail?
For climbing trees.
All they do is ping off or get in the way or something. Like, just cut the losses. Come on, evolution, catch up with us.
That's been a big hive this year. I haven't lost any toenails for many marathons.
I thought you could say, let's go with the car. I've removed all my toenails.
I've removed all my toenails.
And I'm now free.
Straight up. No, that's hideous.
Have you ever used a toenail for anything?
Climbing trees.
I hope not.
Badger or whatever. The badgers climb trees.
Have you ever seen a badger
No,
climbing?
I genuinely don't even know what a badger looks like. It's like stuffing. I've been telling myself these lies.
Badgers are like quite big and aggressive. Like this is. I don't know if you're in the US, you're probably like a badger. We've got bears. Like in the UK, a badger is about as dangerous as it gets in the countryside.
Really? It's funny because I
carry
know
rabies.
No, but
carriers.
My aunt and uncle sometimes get them in their garden, and I've heard them both talk about them before, and they're just like,
they're quite aggressive.
These monsters.
Yeah.
That's nothing like
they're
what
not like massive, but they're like little.
But they just destroy things.
They're little
right?
units, and they get after you.
They just ruin things.
They carry something. What do they carry? Is it TB? I don't know.
As in tuberculosis?
I think they are. I don't know. I might be making that up.
Probably like syphilis.
Don't count
the koalas.
Don't count that as my fact of the day, because it might not be true.
I don't have a fact of the day.
Yeah, but I mean, koalas do carry syphilis. That's a thing.
Remember when Katie, your sister, went to Australia and we had to warn her?
Yeah, randy little bears.
She saw so many cool animals. It was great.
Yeah, the quokkas. Oh, what a highlight.
Yeah, but no, see,
They're the cutest little things.
I don't think I could go there because you're not supposed to pet them.
Yeah,
and I would just like walk out with like 10 of them smuggled in my shirt.
Like, genuinely, you'd get barred from that island.
It would be worth it. It would be. They're so cute.
I'd have to like hold you back.
I don't
think I could. I think we'd need like 3 people always on Melissa watch on that island, just like in a cordon around you.
Well, it's like when I went to Bali and I went to the monkey forest, and like you're not supposed to touch them. I didn't touch them. They touched me. I had like 2 on my head at one point. got this photo of like one of the other girls on my trip took, and it's just like me with a monkey on my back, and I was like, this is amazing.
Have I shown you that picture when I was in Cape Town in South Africa and I went to the penguin beach? And there's a beach where there are the penguins. It's called Boulder Beach or something.
You mean penguins?
Penguins.
Not penguins.
Anyway, I tried to take a selfie of one that was nesting, and it is so angry. Like, there's my face smiling, and this bird, like, I'm not next to it. I've used angles, but it looks very angry that I'm there.
But you're not touching it, so how is this related?
in its habitat, like us and the deer this morning. Full loop. We've come back to it.
That really was bananas.
Yeah.
So what is your fun topic of the day that you want to discuss?
My topic of the day. Your
fact or whatever.
Well, I wanted to talk about.
Oh look! Here come the street cleaners.
Oh, I hope it's not too loud through there. I thought an interesting UK-US difference we could discuss, and I'll tell you how I got to this. It's quite a roundabout way. My mind went, it's Thanksgiving, and then I went.
Wait, you didn't answer my question from before. What are you most excited to eat today?
Stuffing. Stuffing is my favourite thing.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
Full stop.
Cool.
Yeah. Done. We'll move on.
Well, have you ever had cream spinach?
I do really like cream spinach as well.
Can you stop shaking?
I'm sure your cream spinach will be lovely.
I don't know if I've ever made it before.
It's
gonna be great. I can't wait. It's my favorite thing.
Well, you've hyped it up now, so I'm expecting greatness.
Mom, what's the recipe? No, I'm so excited. I haven't had it in a long time, and I don't know why, because it's like one of those things that you think kids are gonna hate, but I love cream spinach.
But it's like,
when I was little, and I still love it.
Is it one of those things that like it sounds healthy, but then actually when you get to it, it's like the spinach isn't the main thing; it's the cream and the cheese and everything.
Well, I'm gonna put sautéed mushrooms in it too, which is.
It's going to be a bit like when you introduced me to American spinach dip, and you were like, "I'm going to make this spinach dip. It's going to blow your mind." And I was like, "Spinach dip? It sounds like a health kick, horrible thing." And you were like, "No. There's like a smattering of spinach. Then it's cheese and cream and mayo.
There's no cream. Well, there's sour cream in
it. Yeah, which is cream and cream cheese and cheese, and it is absolutely ball. Any kind of UK listeners.
Come to our house, I'll make you...
Or just
Actually, it's funny.
Look up recipe for American spinach dip.
No, stop.
It'll blow your mind.
When I posted my photo yesterday of all the pies I made, Jenny's boyfriend sent me a message being like, oh my god, can you make me one? The last time we saw you guys, actually it's a chicken dip, I think. He said it was like,
buff
it was
chick
so
dip.
good.
That's something else you've introduced me to, and that
Americans
again,
have way better food than British people.
You make good snacks. Yeah, we were talking about that last time.
Everything. No, but let's just talk about how American food is way, way better.
I don't think it is though.
Really?
I think we have some haters here. Like, we're not going to discuss this again.
We're
going to become repetitive on the pod.
I don't care. Let's argue about that. I think you're wrong.
Like, there are certain things the Americans don't do well, food-wise.
Like what?
Curry.
Wait, but that, you've already talked about that before. Who cares about tea?
Get a cup of tea in America. It's a shit show.
You can get iced tea. You don't even drink tea. Why are you mad about this?
It's just not as good. Like, all the videos you see of Americans being like, oh my god, I'm making British tea.
That's that one viral video from a couple months ago that you're thinking of, and she was a lunatic. She didn't know what she's talking about. But it's funny you say that, because this is something I was going to talk about for my, funny comparisons, and mine is all about phrases that are different, and most of these I haven't heard. Most of them I have heard of, but whatever. There's an article I'm looking at from a magazine.
There are certain things.
Wait, no. Builder's tea.
Yeah, builder's tea.
What does that mean to you?
Just like normal tea. That's like a bog standard tea, if you know what I mean.
Bog standard is on this list too. It's okay.
There are certain phrases that
it's extra strong. I've never heard that phrase before, builder's tea. But also, we're not big tea drinkers, neither of us. I love a green tea.
You love a herbal.
Not really. I love a green tea.
Not drug related, just a herbal tea.
Why do you keep saying stuff like that when it's obvious nobody thought that until you said it?
Just making sure you're covered.
I don't need to be covered. You're the one coming up with this weird stuff.
But there are certain phrases as well. That's a good one.
No, I've got a whole list.
Okay, you go through yours, then I've got some as well.
I'm going to give you ones that I haven't heard of. Cack-handed.
Cack-handed, yeah, that's a thing.
What does it mean?
It means it's kind of I'm all thumbs, a bit cack-handed. You can't you're not very handy.
Okay.
Not more like it's more specific than that. It would be like if you're like trying to pick something up and kept dropping it, something like that. Or like,
Okay. Codswallop.
that's pure codswallop. That's like
Shit.
yeah, pretty much. There used to be when I did when I was doing a little bit of theatre growing up.
Here's a good one.
There used to be a fish and chip shop just down the road from the theatre that we'd rehearse in called Codswallop.
Okay.
And it used to be excellent. Used to go there at a lunch, battered sausage, chips,
right.
curry sauce. Oh, yeah.
Well, we're gonna come back to this list because this is something that I really, really like forgot I enjoyed, and it's like all those Cockney rhyming slang things.
Okay.
Give us some.
Well, like apples and pears.
What does that mean?
Stairs.
How the heck would I don't. Can you explain the concept to the listeners?
So do you know what? I'm hardly, as you can probably tell from my accent, I'm not Cockney.
You're from
Somerset. Yeah, my strong Somerset accent and my strong Welsh accent. I'm all.
You're a mess.
Well, yeah. But
you're lovely.
Thanks. I needed that today.
You're welcome.
So Cockney rhyming slam. I think it.
Like,
I don't know if this is the real origin story. This is the origin story I think it is.
Okay.
So I think it came about during the war.
Okay.
As a way of communicating.
Which war?
The
American
Pass,
Revolution.
probably no. Maybe World War II, maybe World War I. I don't know. As a way of basically communicating. Cockneys are people who are like native to London.
Cockneys are people.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, you could be Cockney. It's like if you were kind of
Cockney. It's a noun.
East End London, yeah, sort of thing.
Okay. No.
And so it's a way of basically rhyming slang. I think it came about as a way of communicating that basically German spies wouldn't be able to understand,
or anybody else.
And so it's all like stuff. It's all stuff that kind of run. No, Peaky Blinders aren't Cockney. They're from Birmingham. They're Brummies.
I thought they did this in
the Peaky Blinders. That was an awful accent.
That
was nothing like Tommy Shelby. Tommy Shelby. The Shelbys.
Alright, stop it. I could have sworn they did it. I'm just like...
No, they're no, you're thinking of they are from gypsy backgrounds and they speak in the kind of, they have that, I can't remember the name of it, there's a language.
Gypsy, show me your treasures.
It's in Borat. Not that some gypsy.
You don't need to
they're Irish like travellers, not like Romanian gypsies.
Alright, so
yeah, I'm just trying to think of some of them. I'm really blanking on them now. Wait a second, let me.
Don't look them up. You've got to just give us your best one.
Stairs. I said.
You've done a bunch of them with me before.
Yeah, I know. I say them off the cuff to you sometimes, and you always completely look blank at me, like, "What the hell is happening?" Why don't we test me if you've got some?
I don't have them on this list. It's just like something that came up. It's cream crackered. Cream crackered.
Knackered.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Knackered means you're really tired, which is not a phrase you have in America. Here's a good one that I really like. Curtain twitcher. The nosy neighbor, apparently. This list is from The Independent, and it's really great. Alright, come on. Do you have any of those?
A Cockney rhyming slang.
Dog's dinner. You've made a dog's dinner of that. To quote The Independent. Yeah,
so stuff like, if you say brown bread, that's dead. You mean dead.
So use it in a sentence then.
So, me old mucker was... Is brown bread like, I don't know, mate? Like
mucker.
A mate? Me old mucker? I don't know, I hope the accent isn't horribly offending someone anyway.
Yeah,
China plate.
Going on a
What do you think that means? No, it means mate.
Oh.
You're my China plate.
Thanks.
And on this podcast, we have a bit of a bubble bath.
Bubble bath.
A laugh.
Bubble bath. Bubble bath means laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you like on your pie? I'm talking about meat pies here. Or what do you like in your pie?
Gravy.
Bit of Army and Navy. Gravy. There is actually one that involves gravy. Okay. Basin of gravy. What do you think that means?
Basin of gravy.
Basin of gravy.
Don't tell me. I'm going to say basin of gravy. Having a baby?
It means baby, yeah. Yeah. I'll use one in a sentence for you, okay. So, I get paid next week. I'm really excited to have some bees and honey.
Bees and honey.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
Why is it like something and something?
It's not all.
Okay, come on.
Most of them are like.
Keep going. I like this. This is funny.
You're making such a box of toys.
A lot of noise.
Noise, yeah, noise.
Oh, what is it when you're throwing everything out of your pram? What's that phrase?
Throwing toys out your pram.
Yeah.
That's just a phrase.
That's a great phrase that we don't have in America.
That's not a phrase in America.
No, it's a great one. It's like you're having a meltdown, like a big freaking baby. Throwing your toys out of the pram.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I remember the first time I heard that, I was just like, what are you talking about? It's the same way with a lot of these phrases.
Let's see if I'll do one more for you.
I
see if you can get it. Okay, two more.
3.
So this morning we went up to the light and dark.
The light and dark. Light and dark. I don't know.
Park.
Oh.
Went up to the park. I even tried to give you a big clue there.
All right. Light and dark is somehow a park.
Yeah. Oh, when lockdown's over, we should go down to the near and far.
Near and far. Bar?
Yeah.
Bar. We don't go to bars. We go to pubs sometimes.
We do go to pubs. Love a pub.
You do. You most certainly love a beer garden.
Oh, I love a beer garden.
Not this time of
in
year.
Summer.
One more. Give me one more.
Oh, okay. I'll give you one more.
2
Are you
more.
ready?
Come on,
ready?
I
No,
love
one
these.
more. One
No,
more.
I want 3 more.
No, it's.
Make the listeners guess too.
Oh, I'd love a nice glass of Pimple and Blotch.
Pimple and blotch.
Pimple and Blotch.
Blotch. Scotch?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. I get this. One more.
God, that guy has a big once a week.
Cheek?
Beak.
Beak.
A big nose.
That's kind of rude.
Yeah. Big schnoz.
That's even more rude. Lol. Alright, I really enjoy those phrases. Alright, give us your topic of the day.
Okay, so I got here in quite a roundabout way. I was thinking Thanksgiving. I then
Best holiday ever.
thought Thanksgiving football.
Wait, do you know why Thanksgiving is the best holiday ever?
Why? Lay it on me.
Well, you see, it breaks up the calendar between Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah.
So that you don't go, so that you can sustain the run up to Christmas. Like, you don't start doing Christmas until Thanksgiving is over. So that people like me don't go over the top too early. Because I love Christmas. But I just don't have it in me to do Christmas for more than a month.
Yeah, you don't want to run out of puff on it.
Exactly. Run out of puff. Yeah, exactly. And it's just great. Then you have this great Thanksgiving meal. It's like Christmas, but you don't have to deal with making sure you have presents and stuff. And I like doing presents, but leave that for one holiday. It's great. And you get to talk about all the things you're so grateful for. What? Give me a thing you're grateful for.
Are we doing it now?
Just tell me one thing.
Live on the pod.
Just tell me
what
one
are we
thing.
thankful? I am thankful
Thank you.
that we live in a very nice area with lots of parks and green space around us because it's kept us sane during lockdown.
That's nice.
Yeah. What are you grateful for?
Dogs.
Just dogs in general? Just all the dogs?
Yeah, I think that's definitely one that I'm happy to share on the podcast.
Okay.
I'll keep the rest of them for later. And I'm also grateful for the fact that I'm just a very immensely talented cook and baker. Come on. I've sustained the two of us.
I'm also grateful for that in my official role as taster.
It's really been fun though this year. It's a great thing. I've been able. Well, let's be honest. I didn't learn how to cook this year, but I've really experimented a lot.
The way you've accelerated your cooking growth. It's a great story.
Cooking growth. That's funny because I had to go to the hospital yesterday because I have a cyst in my wrist.
A cyst in your wrist.
That needs to get removed.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe Wicks. That's from you.
I thought you were going to say it's from holding pans while cooking.
No, it's from doing Joe Wicks. Actually, somebody posted in his Facebook group the other day being like, oh my god, I have one of these.
What would it be from, though?
From just, doing a lot of wrist movements, push-ups and stuff. I don't know. But, literally, a million people were like, oh my god, me too, me too, me too. Whatever, you're not in the Joe Wicks Facebook group, so obviously you don't have one.
Yeah, it's all the typing on the Facebook group.
It's contagious. Yeah. That was exciting.
Yeah, every time you share a picture of a Joe Wicks meal, it grows a little bit.
My doctor was so funny.
I made the meatballs.
Gross. Yeah, my doctor was so funny. He's like, oh my god, it's so ugly. Thanks.
It's just what you want to hear.
Anyways, I'm sorry, I completely interrupted you. What were you saying?
So I was thinking
football.
You know, big Dallas
American
Cowboys.
Football.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys game every Thanksgiving.
I'm sorry, what?
Dallas Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. Anyway, that's not actually important. I just mentioned it.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. They always play on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys.
Okay, whatever.
How about them boys?
Excuse me.
Is that a thing? Maybe, I don't know.
That makes you think of like a rap song. The franchise boys.
The what?
Go ahead. Continue.
You're not going to sing that a bit louder for the pod?
No.
Okay. So it got me thinking about sports in general and American sports and UK sports.
Big difference from usual.
Well, and hate sports.
Ben thinking about sports.
And I was thinking, it's so weird to me.
Do tell.
That in America, in high school, people come, like, crowds come to watch you play sports. And, like, people, like... Okay, so in the UK, even if, like... At my school, it was quite like, I'm sure some people didn't give a shit about it, but it was quite a big deal if you were like into your sports to like play for the first team or rugby and stuff like that. I used to wear your jumpers around the school with first team on the back, and you used to get a special tie if you got your colours.
Sorry, what kind of jumper is this?
Oh, we just got like team sweaters.
What do you mean by a team sweater? Like, be more specific.
Oh, I've got it in the other room. I can show it to you. It's got like a maroon sweater.
Is it a sweater?
Sweater. School
like
crest,
a woven
initials.
Sweater?
No, like just a sweatshirt.
Like a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Does it have a hood?
No.
Does it?
We wouldn't have a hood because then you can wear it over your suit as well.
The crew neck.
Yeah, a little crew neck sweater.
Be more specific. It's not a sweater. It's a crew neck
sweater. It's a sweatshirt.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
I'm thinking of like a car.
So wear that around, like, you know, first 15 rugby on the back, and if you got colours, so only like 5 people in the school each year get rugby colours, which means you're like the best player. Guess who got it? This legend. And you get a special tie, which when you then wear around the school as well. You don't have to, but you do. Anyway, so
you're shouting.
Well, that's not every school, by the way. Like, that's just my school. But anyway, my point is, even in a school where it was quite like a thing, sports were quite a thing, still you go on a Saturday and the only people watching you play are your parents and parents of the opposition. Like, no one comes to watch. Like, no one from the school, no one from, like... I mean, some people, if they were just hanging around, like, no one in the town takes any interest in school sport. Well, I feel like that's totally different in America.
Okay.
Because, I mean, what's your experience of, like, playing sports at school? Do you get crowds, fans?
Yeah, of course. I'm just stretching, just chill. Ow, my bones hurt. Anyway, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, mostly, like, football games are, like, a big deal. To be honest, there probably would have been one today in the town I grew up in, except maybe not because of COVID. It's, like, a big homecoming game, and it's always played around Thanksgiving, and, like, everybody goes to it. I've never been to it.
How many people are we talking about watching a high school
Honestly,
game?
I'm not good at guessing numbers. Like, a lot, though.
Like, roughly? Are we talking... Are we talking... Like 50 people, we're talking 100 people, we're talking 1,000 people.
No, like probably like at least 2,000 or 3,000.
2,000 or 3,000.
I honestly have no idea.
To a high school sports game.
No, but like it's
but that's true. Like I watched like QB1 on Netflix.
Can I just explain this to you? It's the homecoming game. Like that's a big deal. Like that's not every game.
Yeah.
That's like all the like if you've graduated in the last couple of years, like everyone will go and like get together then.
Yeah, but a normal football game. How many people would go watch? And you're obviously like New England, where it's probably not as like in some places like football's religion, right? Like, so I doubt you get as big a fans.
Big. Yeah, a couple hundred people. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Or like ice hockey or like lacrosse. Those would probably be the big. Maybe some soccer games, not really soccer, but like football, ice hockey.
But just like 100 people just turn up to watch.
A couple hundred usually, yeah.
Even if like they've got no affiliation with anyone playing.
Yeah. I mean, like, for girls' sports, it was probably a little bit different. Like, that's, if it's, like, a big, big game, then people will come watch it. But, like, I mean, we were pretty good at lacrosse when I was in high school. And we wouldn't have, like, that many people come. But even with, like, parents, you still probably get, I don't know. I wouldn't say, like, probably close to 100, maybe. Honestly, I can't, like, really visualize like what 100 people looks like.
It's so crazy. Like even things like, for example, we go every year to this big rugby sevens tournament called Roslyn Park Sevens, which is like one of the pinnacles of schoolboy rugby. It's like all the best teams are there, all playing each other. Even then, like the final of that game, there's like barely anyone there watching it. Like, just like no one's interested in school sports here.
Well, the thing is, like, if it's so you'd have weekday games, and like once you play varsity, they're usually in the evening. But if you play like freshman or JV, then they're usually
What's freshman? What's JV and freshman?
Freshman is for freshmen. Like you have tryouts. So like for lacrosse, like so you have. I'm trying to think of how we did it. I think you have the freshman tryouts, and basically every single person makes freshmen. Like, you can't get cut from the freshman team, but you have to just be a freshman.
Okay.
And then, if you are a freshman, you can also, like, get pulled up to go to tryouts for JV and varsity, which are the same tryouts, I think.
Yeah.
And then they just decide if you're going to be on the junior varsity or the varsity team. So, like, varsity obviously being the best, junior varsity, then freshman. Yeah, so if it's like a JV or a freshman game, it's usually like right after school. Sometimes they'll have varsity games right after school. But like if you're hanging out at the school, anyways, like right after, you just go and watch sometimes. Like it's just something to do. Especially like with our school is like in the middle of nowhere. There's like nothing close by. So it's not like you're gonna like go and run errands or something or like go into town. Yeah. And then yeah, it's just like something to do. And if it's like a week, like a Friday or a Saturday game, like, yeah, people are just going to do it because there's nothing to do in the town.
It's just so weird to me. Like, I think.
Why is that weird? It's so great. There's so much.
No, don't get me wrong.
Why do you keep interrupting me? I'm trying to explain this to you. It's amazing.
Shoot.
It's like the team spirit, the school spirit, the town spirit. It's just like a whole thing, and it's the same thing with like American flags. You were saying that, like, nobody here is super patriotic, and if you are, it's because
oh yeah, like if you see like
if
you see like a St. George's flag flying outside someone's home, you're like, they're probably part of the English Defence League, who are racist. They're probably either racist or about to break someone's head in for football related things.
Yikes. Yeah, it's totally different. I like it though. I think like school spirit was such a big deal. It was so fun.
I was going to say, like, I was watching, like, QB1 on Netflix.
I don't know what that is.
It's like they follow the top high school quarterbacks around for a year.
How weird is that?
And they watch them in games and stuff like that. But, like, pep rallies, that would not go down here. Like, I don't
think we really had pep rallies.
Like, but just like as a concept, like
no
one would buy in here. Everyone would be so, especially at school. Everyone would be like too cool for it, and like not actually too cool, but think they're too cool for it and too like standoffish. No one would get into it.
Oh my gosh, I was like all about school spirit in high school. I was on student council. There's one time when we were having, actually it must have been the homecoming, we had a pep rally. And the girl who was usually like our school mascot couldn't do it. And I was like, tag me in, coach. I don't want to do this.
School mascot.
So I was dressed up in this like ridiculous like tiger suit with like a big bobbly head thing. And I remember going to hug one of my friends who was on the football team, and I was like down on the field. The bleachers were all full. And he was like, he didn't know who I was, so he just like shoved me away. And I was like, Dan, it's me! Oh, it was so funny, and it was just hysterical. But so up my alley. I love that stuff.
I just
like
think,
dancing around in a tiger suit in front of like hundreds of people. Yes.
I just think like British cynicism wouldn't handle it. But like it's, dude, I think I would have loved it. Like I love playing sport for the school, and like I think like.
You love a bit of stash, too.
Love stash. Yeah. Absolutely love stash. Only reason I play anything is to get stash.
We had really cool rugby shirts when I was in high school for lacrosse. Like, we'd wear them over, like, our uniforms when we were warming up for big games and stuff. We'd wear them to school. It was great.
Literally, like, I love stash. Like, I've recently started playing touch rugby again. And I've started playing at London Scottish rather than going to, like an O2 touch, everyone get involved. Literally just because they have stash. That's it. That's the reason I picked them.
I'm sure they're going to be happy to hear that on our podcast.
Also, it's really good fun. Anyone come down for some touch. Small plug. We need numbers. We don't need numbers. There are loads of people already.
What?
But I would have loved it because I'm trying to think like the most people we would have ever had to a rugby game was like 40
5.
people, and that's when like the second team would finish before us and come over and watch the game with our parents. like,
Weird.
and like even then it would get everyone really like pumped up and like.
Even in university, like for tournaments, we'd have more than that.
Oh, I don't. University's crazy. Like.
University.
College? No, college. Yeah, like
college.
I was watching. So I do like American football. So I was watching
every American football show.
All or Nothing about the Michigan team, like the Big House
Michigan
Stadium, the Wolverines.
As in University of
Michigan.
Yeah. There are like a lot of schools.
And it's just nuts how like everyone just goes and watches college. Like,
what about tailgating?
I mean, the university I went to was one of the like top 5 rugby universities in the country. Like the standard's really good. A lot of people who play for them go on to play. A lot of people who play for the first team actually go on to play for a professional team or something like that. No one goes and watches the first team play. Even I was in the club. I played for the Fifths, rep the Fifths. Yeah.
See, at that point, like I wouldn't even bother.
No, but we would, because the university I went to is really good at rugby.
So was my school.
The Fifths, we would go and beat other universities' first teams. Like it was they were really good. We were called the Flair 15. We were the team who basically didn't want to train and go to the high performance gym, but had all played a really high standard at school, so could still like beat most other teams.
The Flair 15, that is the
Flair
most
15.
Embarrassing thing I've ever heard.
Get on board the Flair plane.
I don't like the Flair 15. That's so weird.
But it was
But you guys are tailgating or anything?
Yeah, but we wouldn't even go watch the first team play. Like, it just wasn't a thing, like, here at all. And I think it's probably something to do with the geography of the UK, because everything's so much closer. If you're going to watch sport, you always have access to a professional team and top flight. Like, so...
I don't think that's the difference.
I think it is a difference. Because if you're like, so...
It's a completely different animal.
Well, I think it is. Like, if you were...
But it's across every level of sports. It's not like...
Well, the population... I think the population per sports team is just smaller.
What?
So,
what do you mean
okay, let's look at this. So you grew up in like New England area. Your team is the Patriots.
I mean, it's not, but it could be. I mean, we've got all those New York teams. This is not a good argument.
But think how many people live in New York for the 2 New York teams, and then think how many people live in New England and how far they travel to watch the Patriots play. I grew up in Bath.
I've never gone
within an hour of driving, I could watch Bath play rugby. I could watch Bristol play professional rugby. I could go to Exeter and watch them, who are all top flight rugby teams. Why would I go and watch a high school game?
Because it's
or
all
pay
about
to watch
team
a university
spirit.
play. Yeah.
No one has to pay to watch a university team play.
Yeah, they do.
No, students get student tickets.
Oh yeah, but people go like if you were going to like if you're at the University of Michigan, if you have a season ticket for the Big House, they make loads of money.
I don't know. I didn't go to school there.
College football is a massive.
I mean, it's a massive thing at our school, and I don't think
it's a big commercial thing.
You keep interrupting me. It's very rude.
Okay.
Honestly.
Please continue. I'm very interested.
But students don't usually pay, or it's like $5 or like $10. It's not like a full ticket.
Yeah, but my point is that people who aren't students go.
But it's not. I don't think it's. I don't agree with the argument you're making. Like, I think it's just like a cultural difference that's way better in America because it's so much more fun. And tailgating is a thing there, and tailgating games.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hello, American snacks. This is why our food is better because we have tailgating.
I think it is. I really like it. I think it's cool that people do it. I think it's really cool. But I think my point is that because everything's closer and the population is generally smaller. Just like if you live in.
But you're still not tailgating.
If you live in whatever town the University of Michigan is in. I can't remember what it is.
Why are you using the university?
Because I watched the All or Nothing about it, and they have a massive football following. Like, that's a really high-level team playing in your town. To go watch your nearest team is the Detroit Lions, who are rubbish and probably miles away from where the town is.
What are you talking about the Lions now?
Because they're the professional football team in the state. But
I'm telling you, like, there's going to be people that like follow everything, like,
yeah,
and it's like a cult.
Yeah. No, there is. That's what I'm.
I don't think we're on the same book, not let alone the same page or chapter.
But just what I'm saying is, if you're in the UK, you will always, probably no matter where you are, within like 45-minute driving distance of a professional top-tier sports team, be it football, be it rugby, be it whatever. While in the States, there are some complete states that don't have any professional sports teams.
Okay.
They don't have an NBA franchise, they don't have an NFL franchise, they don't have a Major League Baseball. So of course, you would then support something more local, as well as something there, but you can't go to a game every week. While if you're in the UK, it's really easy to go to a football game or a rugby game every week because it's near.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Sports here is still the worst. So much more fun in America.
I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm just explaining the difference. I'm saying I would very much like it. I would have loved it if at school, people came and supported us, or when I went home, we went and watched the first team play, and that was a thing. But actually, if I went home and went and watched my school first team play, everyone would be like, "Who is that guy turning up to the school sports ground? Does he have a son who goes here? He looks too young for that. Is he just turning up?"
Creepy Uncle Ben.
Yeah, exactly.
Lol, don't do that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yikes.
I think it'd be cool if that was a thing, but
it's so much fun.
But again, my point. Again, with that, I could go watch Bath play. So
we don't need to hear your point again. You said about 7 times.
Should we move on from this?
What do you want to move on to? What's your fact of the day?
My fact of the day.
Yeah, I've given you everything.
Fact of the day. Ben's fact of the day. I'll see if you know this. Actually, you might know this fact, but it shocked me. Do you know what the national animal of Scotland is?
Highland cattle.
See, I thought it would have been something like that.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I love Highland cattle.
Oh my god, did I show you? I showed you this. I saw them the other day on the internet. They have, I think it's Jellycats, the little stuffed animal company. They have a Highland cattle, stuffed animal. And I was just if I was one of those people that bought stuffed animals as an adult, that would be the one I would get. Along with the chameleon we saw the other day and the hiccuping dragon.
Yeah, I think if you open that door, it will stay open.
Yeah.
We'll be living in an absolute menagerie of jellycats.
Don't worry, I'm not going to yet.
So, national animal of Scotland, you've got Highland cattle.
Or
any other
bird.
Guesses? A bird. Again, I could probably see that come
What
through.
What is it?
A unicorn.
Oh, of course I knew that because it's on the passports, isn't it?
Yeah, national animal. Shit. Mythical. Not
Wales
not
is
Nessie.
A dragon.
I don't think that's national animal.
Isn't it?
That's on the flag, but I don't. It might be national animal. I'm not sure.
It might as well be if it's on the flag.
Yeah.
Or a sheep. Or a daffodil.
Sheep.
Or a leek.
Many sheep. Yeah.
What is the national animal of Wales? A leek.
Do you know the national anthem of Wales? What's it called?
Something about your father.
Land of our fathers. Yeah.
It is the land of our fathers.
It is the land of... Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Hi, buddy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cymru
That's a fun...
Baith.
Okay, you said that in our funny video on our YouTube.
It means Wales is best, I think, in Welsh. I don't know, it said it on my Welsh rugby shirts.
Wow, that's cool. What was I going to tell you as my fact for the day? I don't really have a fact of the day, but I'd just like to tell everyone that if you're buying canned pumpkin to make a pumpkin pie, you need other ingredients.
Found out the hard way.
And not the hard way, because I actually had everything that we needed to put in it, but I was just I came home after doing this big shop yesterday, and I had made my own pie crust for the first time in my life, and I was getting ready to put the sort the filling out while the pie crusts were chilling in the fridge. And yes, I found out that actually you need to put a bunch of other stuff in it, which is fine. It wasn't a big deal, but I don't know. I've got a lot to learn about Thanksgiving cooking, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean
which is what we're going to do for the rest of the day.
To be fair, I would have thought completely that you're buying a can of pie filling. I wouldn't have thought, it wouldn't have crossed my mind.
What else are you going to use it for?
It wouldn't have crossed my mind that you would possibly need to mix it with anything else.
But what else are you going to use it for is my question. I don't know any, but actually to be fair, Christina had texted me yesterday, I think it was, to tell me that,
Christina, your sister, for new listeners.
Oh my god, what? Why is there a siren?
Because we're in the heart of suburban London.
Anyways, Christina texted me yesterday, and she was like, by the way, sweet potatoes and yams are totally different things. They're not even the same, plant category, or I don't know what she said, but I got a lot of criticism from my family for my like lack of knowledge about like Thanksgiving
stuff.
But it's funny because when we were growing up, like I was never allowed to help cook because Christina is like master in charge of everything food related, and like
chef.
obviously my mom had to kind of supervise her.
So you couldn't even sous chef on the side.
No, I would just be like drinking Martinelli's like apple cider in the corner, like.
I presume
good.
non-alcoholic,
Of
not
course,
just like getting
yeah.
absolutely smashed
to be honest,
as a kid.
It's one of those things I really, really wish that we had here that you cannot find. I've Googled it 1,000 times, but it's like it comes in like a prosecco bottle, and it's just like sparkling apple cider, like as you said, non-alcoholic, and it is.
What's the point though?
So good. It's for like kids.
Yeah, I don't know. As a man who
We're
grew
not
up
arguing
in Somerset,
We're not arguing this
I have
again.
specific views on cider.
We're not arguing. It's not that kind of cider. All right. Well, we have a lot of Thanksgiving to do, so let's.
I have a quick joke.
Okay,
And
you
sign off with a quick joke.
I'm so sorry.
You've forgotten Ben's joke of the day.
I tried to cut it out.
Yeah, I've had feedback on the length of jokes. I've got a quick one this time, and it's Thanksgiving themed. Do you know why the turkey was arrested? He was suspected of foul play.
Goodbye.
See ya.